Everybody, Tim here. It's tonight's episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Season 1, Episode 19, In the Hands of the Prophets. The season finale. We've already finished a whole season of Deep Space Nine. I can't even believe how fast I blitzed through that. Part of it was because it was my weekend, and I watched a lot. There was one day I watched 15 episodes. It was pretty intense. And if you guys are subscribed to my YouTube, I upload these videos as soon as I'm done with them, whereas for the Facebook side, I usually just do 3 episodes a day because I don't want to get too much. So for those who got 15 episodes uploaded all at the same time, I kind of apologize, but it is what it is. So this is the season finale, and it's interesting and I kind of like it, but to me it's not the greatest season finale. It's not a cliffhanger at all. And I always like those cliffhangers. I hate them when they first come out because then I have to wait X amount of months to see this part 2. But especially in hindsight, I love to just watch those 2-parters all at the same time. So, but overall, this is a single episode, kind of like the season finale of Season 1 of Next Generation, which was a little weak, to be honest. And this one, like I said, it's interesting, and it kind of comes full circle from where we saw the first episode, The Emissary. But overall, I just didn't dig it that much. So this episode introduces the amazing actress, Louise Fletcher. She is such a good actress. She plays Vedic Wynn. And so most of you probably, for a little bit of the older crowd, probably know her from Nurse Ratched from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, or Flowers in the Attic, or some people now, she's in the American version of Shameless. She plays Meg Gallagher, the grandma. Fantastic actress. She's great. She always kind of plays a bitch, and she does in this, and she's great. She's one of those actresses that you love to hate. And so she comes in, the character comes in, Vedic Wynn, and so she's in 14 episodes. I looked it up. And because spoiler alert, she becomes the new Kai. If I remember correctly, it's been a long time. I'm pretty sure she becomes Kai Wynn. And so anyways, so she comes in and we see Keiko teaching the classroom, which it's come a long way. It was 5 desks in a semicircle when we first saw her. And now there's at least a dozen students. And so Keiko's doing her thing. She's teaching the students. And Vedic Wynn walks in and is like, "Oh, you're teaching blasphemy. I gotcha. Okay." Because Keiko's trying to teach about the wormhole and why it was constructed and what beings are in it that Cisco discovered and stuff like that, and how it's safe to travel through it because it's a stable wormhole. And Wynn is just like, "Oh, it's stable because the prophets say it's stable, and people can travel because the prophets allow them to travel." And Keiko's like, "Will you just get out of my classroom, please?" And so from here, it just kind of snowballs out of control. Wynn is just after Keiko, and she's like, "No, you have to stop teaching blasphemy. You can't be teaching in this school. You can't do any of this." And she does it in that political sort of way where she's like, "Oh, well, why don't we just agree to disagree and you just stop teaching the wormhole?" And Keiko's like, "Why don't you just get out of my class and I'm going to teach how I want?" And you just can't win. Meanwhile, there seems to be a subplot, ends up not really being a subplot, that O'Brien has this younger assistant who has just been introduced, and he's trying to work with her, which is kind of a cute little scene where Keiko gets jealous, because everywhere he goes, his assistant's now following him and working on things. Well, as we get closer, this ends up just being this big coup where Cisco wants another Bajoran to come up that he would rather become the Kai. And I'm boiling this way down in case you can't tell. And it turns out that Vedic Wynn had O'Brien's assistant basically go undercover and try to assassinate this other Bajoran. And this was all some big sort of plan that Wynn had planned. "Oh, if we bomb Keiko's school, this guy will come out of the temple and we can kill him, and then Wynn will become the new Kai." And it's just this big complicated plot, and you just boil it down to that, and that's it. So overall, I think it's an okay episode. It's okay written, and it's okay directed and all that. The acting is what made it so good. Like I said, Louise Fletcher is amazing. Keiko is such an underrated character. I love Keiko. She's so great. Especially you don't really see Keiko get angry that much, and this is one of those episodes where she's like, "Get out of my school," and you see the mom side of Keiko kind of come out. So I thought that was really interesting. And to just kind of watch Kira, and Cisco goes to Kira at one point and is like, so what do you think about Keiko teaching everything, not just your religion, but all religions? And Kira's like, well, maybe we should have two schools, and which is clearly not the answer Cisco wanted. And so it's kind of interesting to watch that. And then at the end, when Kira realizes that this was all Win's plan, like just to watch that hurt, this woman that she admired basically just betrayed her. And it's a very touching scene at the end. So overall, I think it's an okay episode. I don't think it's the greatest, but again, it's season 1, so I always think season 1 episodes are very hard to do because they're still learning. And it's not a cliffhanger, so automatically I'm like, a little disappointed. But overall, it's an okay episode. So thank you guys for putting up with a whole first season with me. Thank you guys for everything. I appreciate all of you. Thank you guys for the YouTube subscriptions. Thank you guys for the messages, the friend requests. Thank you guys for everything. I will see you guys next time for the season 2 premiere Homecoming, which I always like to do a little bit of research before I actually get to it, just so I know like what to be prepared for. And this is actually a 3-part story. I'm not sure. I'm going to actually watch all 3 of them, so I don't know if I'm going to do one long video, probably live, of all 3, or probably what I'll end up doing is just 3 separate videos. I don't know. It's a surprise. We'll see. So thank you guys for everything, and I will see you guys next time for Homecoming.